You can't get mad at your team or your employees for not reaching goals and targets when you're pulling them into long meetings that are getting stretched out unnecessarily. Hey guys, Abby Johnson here with Matterhorn Business Development. If you've seen any of our other videos, then you've probably seen our most viewed video, 5 things to cover in a weekly team meeting. So what I wanted to do today is talk about the opposite of 5 common mistakes that happen in team meetings. Really quick, if you're a business owner, make sure you check out our free community, Growth Hub for Entrepreneurs. The link is below. This is a place where you can interact with other business owners and also get free trainings that are exclusive to the community. So check that out below. All right, so team meetings. First of all, I want to talk about the word team because this can mean 2 different things. And we get comments on our other team meeting video where I think people are using it in a different way that we are. Most of the businesses that we're working with have 10 or less employees. I've worked with more than that, but just most of the clients here at Matterhorn are having less than 10 employees. And a lot of my clients refer to all of their employees as their team. So you can have a team meeting where it's all of your staff. Now, obviously, if you are in a big company, a big corporation, you might have your smaller team within the company. Maybe you are part of the marketing team and you have a weekly team meeting with just your marketing department. So the other video that we made is for all staff. And today when I'm talking about team meetings, it really can be either. These mistakes apply to small meetings or company-wide meetings. All right, mistake number 1, don't make a meeting that could have been an email. We all know this one, right? We've seen the memes floating around about this, but if someone just wants to update the group on project progress or ask a quick question for feedback, then probably doesn't have to be a full-blown meeting. So you as the either business owner or leader, manager over a specific area, before you call a meeting together, just think about, is this actually necessary? Do we need to all sit down and talk about this? Or can we just email, or these days I know everyone's using Slack, can we just do a quick Slack about this? Okay, the next mistake I see is small talk or sitting around shooting the breeze. So it's great to build rapport and build a relationship with your employees or your coworkers, but just think about when you are calling a meeting, think about what that meeting is literally costing the business in money. So if you're having 10 employees there and they're all making, I'm just going to say $15 an hour, and it's an hour-long meeting, that was a $150 meeting. So it's important for meetings to be short, concise, and to the point. You can check in with everyone. You know, I know if it's a Zoom meeting and it's like, hey guys, how was your Halloween? I hope you had fun with your kids. Like, I get it. That's fine. But you got to get to the point because you're literally wasting money and time. And that's the thing, is there's time as well. You can't get mad at your team or your employees for not reaching goals and targets when you're pulling them into long meetings that are getting stretched out unnecessarily. Most people just want to be left alone and do their job, honestly. The next mistake I see is not having any sort of statistics or KPIs. Without having the actual data of a situation, including the whole business or just a department or segment, there's no way to know what is actually going on. It's like driving in the dark with no headlights on. You're not going to be able to see what's ahead of you or behind you if you don't have any statistics in place. And there's no argument for it. For example, I was recently talking to someone who wanted to do our coaching, but knew that his managers were going to have some pushback and say, well, we could just spend that money on something else. We don't need a coach. We don't need help. And I said, well, pull out the P&L and show them because the P&L is data. It's facts. It shows that they are in the red and they aren't profitable. So clearly the managers aren't doing something right, and clearly they do need help. So when you have statistics and hard numbers, there's no arguing them. There's no feeling. There's just the facts. Hey, this isn't working. We need to change it. Or, hey, this is working really well. Let's keep doing it or make it even better. It's as simple as that. So when you come to a meeting, whether you're talking about a specific project or the company as a whole, it is really important to talk about the numbers and the statistics attached to that particular project or the business in general. All right, mistake number 4 is not having any action items or deadlines from the meeting. So if this is an all company, all business team meeting, then you might not have any set action items. If you watch our other video on team meetings, then that's more updates and coordinations and those types of things. If you're sitting down to talk about a project or try to improve something or something else within within the business, then it needs to result in action that's going to be taken. You don't want to just sit around and talk with no action, or it was a waste of time. So make sure that at the end of the meeting, everyone has their action items, what they need to do to fix the problem or keep going or whatever it is, and make sure you have a deadline or a due date. Because if you just say, hey, Sean, I want you to update those ad campaigns since they aren't working, so please tweak them and let's try a new ad campaign. If you just say that, then Sean isn't going to know when he needs to update it. He might go work on a different project that you had given him. If you say, hey, this is urgent, I need this done by tomorrow, then he's going to go make sure it gets done by tomorrow. So make sure you're assigning deadlines and due dates to those action items. All right, the final and fifth mistake is having people there that don't actually need to be there. So let's use that marketing example again. Let's say you have a marketing department and you're going over ad campaigns and you're going over why they're not working, what kind of campaigns are being run, what things can be done to tweak them. The whole marketing department doesn't need to be there. Probably just you and the ad guy could have this meeting together and troubleshoot and problem solve. And then if the result is that you need new graphics from the graphic design department, then you just go tell them, hey, we need new graphics. They don't need to be sitting there for an hour meeting, listening to you guys go back and forth, figuring out what is wrong with the ads. So just make sure if you're having a meeting that it's actually with the people who need to be there to discuss that topic. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful for you and that you avoid these mistakes in the future. Make sure you check out our free community, Growth Hub for Entrepreneurs, below. We've got monthly trainings happening in there. So there are already several trainings you'll get access to when you join today, and I hope to see you in there.